Hey folks, today is Friday, July 26th, 2024. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. I'm on the road once again, but there's a lot of news to dive into, so let's just start with some console stuff. This first one is pretty interesting. I saw some headlines where, in a way, Xbox has kind of acknowledged PlayStation, really acknowledged their competition fairly directly. Now, this is inside baseball stuff, this is business talk, but some of you might find it pretty interesting. Marketing Week did a piece specifically for the division of Europe, Middle East, and Africa division, stating marketing spends and how these things work. He was talking about football club stuff and exclusivity stuff with Microsoft and Xbox, but he said specifically that even though they are Xbox and they're owned by Microsoft that has millions and bajillions of dollars, they still have to fight for every bit of marketing spend they can get. The marketing director, Michael Flatt, said, and I quote, "From a funding point of view, we need to work really hard against our competition," acknowledging straight up that Sony and PlayStation, regrettably, they outspend us. They're blessed with marketing funds that we're just not able to enjoy, but that's totally fine. We adopt what I would call a more fiscally responsible approach to media investments. We're not blessed with huge media budgets, so we have to be quite scrappy, really. So I am a layman, I am not a business analyst, I don't know how a lot of this stuff works, but I wonder why that is necessarily. Is it because a lot more of Sony is focused around entertainment divisions than Microsoft? Sony, of course, has Sony Pictures and all that, so are they more easily, more willing to throw marketing dollars towards video games where, from his voice here, it sounds like Xbox has to work harder and stretch their dollar because, Papa Microsoft is only giving them so much? Interesting perspective, and it's also just interesting to hear from somebody other than just the main guys, the Matt Booties, the Phil Spencer, the Sarah Bonds, the Xbox leadership that they usually put out there at the forefront. So just kind of some food for thought. I wanted to throw it out there. If you have any more smarter insight, would love to hear you in the comments. But this whole article and everything I talk about this week, of course, it's going to be linked in the description down below. Now, you're not going to believe this, but another PlayStation 5 Pro leak, so to speak. So I didn't talk about it last week, but No Man's Sky did announce another new update. Despite Hello Games moving on to Light No Fire, they still dropped a 5.0 update called No Man's Sky Worlds that provides some significant overhauls to the game, some new content to play, just some changes to how things work, more ship customization, more planet variety, way different ways that planets can generate and appear, overhauled shadow, water graphics, a lot going on here. It's a very impressive update. But some eagle-eyed people, some data miners specifically, caught reference in the code to a graphics setting labeled Trinity. Trinity, if you guys don't know, if you've been following the various PS5 Pro leaks and rumors over the years and months, is the code name for the PS5 Pro. It's been called Trinity, so people are assuming that Hello Games knows and has a setting that they're working on for prioritizing a possible near future PS5 Pro. It's not official, of course, but it seems fairly likely, whether No Man's Sky has a debug unit and they know what to expect, or if maybe they're just looking towards the future and trying to set things up. We don't know for sure, but it's just another clue, another breadcrumb in a long string of them that suggests the PS5 Pro is coming soon. Now, I spent a whole video talking about this on my channel, but ultimately I want to ask you guys, do you want a PS5 Pro? Is that something that you're interested in? Are you a PC gamer? Maybe you were waiting to get a PS5 and now you're getting a Pro. Where do you fall? Because it's interesting. I don't know. The launch of a PS5 Pro feels different this time around compared to the launch of the PS4 Pro. The marketing conditions, the availability of games, everything. But let me know. And in other news, it's been a while since we've talked a game delay, but Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl has officially announced a delay. The developers took to social media to say that they are delaying the game one more time to clean things up, polish some bugs, essentially. So now the game is jumping from the previous release date of September 5th up to November 20th. So, just a later in the fall release date. I have seen this game. I have played this game. I've gotten my hands on it at Summer Game Fest. And yeah, I played a work in progress version, but it could definitely use a little more polishing and tweaking. Sure. Regardless, this falls in the category of every time we talk about this, right? I think as players, not shareholders, we always appreciate games taking more time and getting better. Nobody likes a released game that is half-baked, busted, rushed. We've seen it time and time again. At this point, there are so many games out there from the last couple of years to really catch up on that I can wait a little while longer for another one to potentially get a little better. What's the classic Shigeru Miyamoto Nintendo quote? A delayed game is good, but if you rush the game, it sucks. Don't do it. I don't remember the quote, but I always get it wrong. This is like the third time I've done this on this show. Can you put up the real quote so people can see it? Thank you. And if you are waiting for more Stalker stuff, just saying, they did also announce that they are posting like a big developer deep dive video on August 12th. So if you have been waiting with, bated breath, you can see a little bit more about what the game is about. It's been a long and tough development cycle for this one, but it is for the return of a legendary game franchise. So again, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they got. Next up, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Incogni. Now, here's the deal. There are thousands of companies and aggregators out there collecting, storing, and trading around your personal data without you even knowing about it. We talk about online security a lot here, and yes, there are data brokers out there holding on to stuff like your full name, your age, your gender, your address, even your phone number. You've definitely heard or seen the big headlines out there about major companies getting hacked. It's happened to me. Maybe I've signed up for random things, totally forgot about it, but then suddenly my email is filled with spam, meaning my email address is just floating around out there. I don't want that. I know you don't want that for your stuff, and you do have the right to request removal of your information from these brokers, but the problem is there's so many and you can't really handle it all on your own, and that's where Incogni can help out. All you do is create an account and say whose personal data you want to be requested to be removed. Then after those 2 easy steps, you just sit back and watch Incogni go to work. It's got an intuitive, easy to read dashboard that shows you the progress of all of this. It's actually really cool to just set it up, sit back, and watch that progress happen. So if you want to check it out, all you got to do is click the link in the description down below or head to incogni.com/gameranx. And when you're there, use code gameranx for 60% off an annual Incogni plan. Once again, that's incogni.com/gameranx and use code gameranx while you're there for an exclusive 60% off an annual plan. And big thanks to Incogni for sponsoring this video. Next up, I'm recording this episode a little bit early, so this is still developing. The news just dropped, but the voice actors are going on strike. Yes, you heard it. Video game voice actors are striking starting on Friday, if you're watching this right now. Specifically, actors that are members of the SAG-AFTRA union, which is a lot of the more high-profile voice actors and stuff, specifically because a deal has not been reached. You guys probably remember the Hollywood actors strike from a couple of months back now at this point. Essentially here, they got almost everything they wanted except for provisions about AI. Now, apparently the actors got some protections with AI, like there's a concern of like people being replaced by, computer programs. So video game voice actors are pushing for the same thing, and they haven't been happy with what they've been getting back from the companies. And I do feel like video games are already using generative AI and a bunch of different things to help speed up game development, but it probably does feel like a matter of time where they're just going to start cloning people's voices and stuff like that. So they want protections against that. Now, the video game publishers side of this, they stated, hey, we're like pretty good. We gave them everything they wanted, but again, I think this is something worth pushing for. We wish them the best. But for the average person out there, what does this mean? It means we might see more games delayed down the line, but it all depends on how long this goes on. This could go on for a year. This could go on for a couple of weeks. We have no way of knowing at all, but it is games from all the big publishers. Specifically the one making the headlines the most, like I believe Inverse reported this, that Grand Theft Auto 6 would be one of those games affected. So now are you paying attention? Yeah, so with the demands and everything, again, I am not an expert on this stuff, so I recommend, if you feel passionately about it, check out some other sources. I'll link it in the description down below, but yeah. Here's something crazy that I didn't expect. Now, this isn't confirmed yet, but spotted on the San Diego Comic-Con show floor, there is like a new kind of spin-off work of Soul Reaver in the works, a comic called Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, The Dead Shall Rise. We've known about that for a while. They're apparently showing off cool statues at San Diego Comic-Con, but somebody spotted a card with the logo for Soul Reaver, and it actually says Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, which immediately lit the internet on fire, or at least lit the internet on fire, everyone over 30. Again, we're going off of like one shot at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm trying to get somebody I know who's there to like go find this, but as of the time of recording this, not officially confirmed, but this is cool. Again, I am starting to get tired of just like remakes, remasters, re-releases. But with something like this, a franchise that's been dormant since Legacy of Kain Defiance, from like what, 2003, something like that, I'll take anything I can get at this point with this series. So if this is them testing the waters to see interest in possibly continuing the franchise, maybe. Of course, years ago, Square Enix, they did have a new one in the works, kind of like a spin-off one called rumored Dead Sons, but that never got off the ground. That was canceled. So maybe now is the time for the Legacy of Kain games to return. I would love to see it. I love Kain very much specifically. I just love vampires. So let's see where this goes. Now, this week, in terms of like what you're playing, what to check out, there's a couple of things. Rise of the Ronin got a PS5 demo. If you're curious to checking that out, I did the before you buy for this video, for this game, and I like this game. It's a little forgettable, but like moment to moment fun, good, just mindless open world stuff, and a lot of good violence and gore and challenging combat went a long way. So you can download a demo if you want. Check it out. You don't got to listen to me. But also, Nobody Wants to Die. We did the before you buy on this. The graphics are absolutely incredible on this like cool Blade Runner cyberpunk-esque noir detective thriller game. But it's a really simple game. It's like a mystery game, kind of walking simulator narrative thing. No combat or anything like that. But the visuals, yes, they are actually as good as they look in the YouTube video. It's crazy to see. But also, at long last, Fallout London has finally released. The fan mod project that builds off of the base of Fallout 4 is finally out, and it's like a full game. It's London. It's Fallout in London, which is absolutely brilliant. The launch trailer you see on screen here does a great job setting the stage and the tone for what these people have built. This dedicated group of modders, developers, fans. I am so excited to dive into this. I think we're working on a before you buy video, but since I'm traveling, I don't think I get to do it. But I just think this is just an incredible achievement. You know, I've said this so many times before, but like when people have a passion for games and they're smart and capable, the sky is the limit. We get the coolest shit. And I really wish them well with Fallout London. So you can get it on GOG. It's too big for just like a Nexus mod download. So you can get it on GOG. And there's a good explainer on how to install it and set it up if you're a novice. The Inverse did a great breakdown on this, so I will link that in the description down below. Good luck, have fun. Let me know how it is. Also, in some positive news, in case you missed it, Capcom claims that they're going to continue supporting physical games. Yes, the physical game warriors are going to take this one as a victory. Capcom, at an investor shareholders Q&A thing, when asked about the rise of digital sales, will they still support physical? And they basically said yes. The quote from the thing written by the executives is this: "Given that a significant number of end users demand physical games, we do not expect to eliminate physical products." There you have it. That's significant though, because as Video Games Chronicle is quick to point out, 90% of Capcom sales are now digital. But Capcom's been a little weird and a little cool. They try different things, and I'm glad that they're still supporting physical. They've been making some good moves recently, in my opinion. But with anything like this, and I'm sorry I'm repeating myself from another video, but actions speak louder than words. Talk is one thing, but let's see if they actually do follow through and put game boxes on physical shelves. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, that's the news this week. I gotta run, but I definitely want to know what you're playing this weekend. We'll have that pinned comment down below. Let us know in that pinned comment what you're playing, because essentially it's like marketing research for us. It helps us kind of decide how to tailor videos to you, what you guys are playing, what you're interested in, what news I should look for, stuff like that. So let us know what you're playing, but let me know what you think about all the stories this week. Are you jumping into Fallout London? What do you think about those quotes from the Xbox marketing exec and how that stuff goes down? Are you okay with a Stalker 2 delay? Are you okay with the fact that it gets delayed into eternity? Like, are you willing to wait for games? Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. But thank you for coming around here. You know, every Friday, I gotcha, whether I'm here, at home, on the road, wherever. Big thanks for you guys coming around. Clicking the like button does help, but that's really it. All I ask of you is to have a great weekend, be safe, play some video games. I'm Jake Baldino. Pizza's on me.